Lieutenant Commander Torres burst into the command center of the UES Terra's Hammer, his face pale with urgency. "Admiral Hassan, we have a problem. A big one." Admiral Hassan looked up from the evacuation progress reports, noting they were at 85% completion. "What's the situation, Commander?" "Long-range sensors have detected a rogue planet approaching the system. It's massive, roughly 3 times the mass of Jupiter, and it's moving fast. Current trajectory puts it on a collision course with Serenka." The command center fell silent. Captain Williams, Hassan's second-in-command, spoke first. "How long do we have?" "At current velocity, 18 hours until gravitational effects start tearing this system apart. 22 hours until direct impact." Admiral Hassan felt her stomach drop. They still had over 600,000 Valerians to evacuate, and the human fleet was operating at maximum capacity. "Can we speed up the evacuation?" "We're already at 110% of safety protocols," replied Operations Chief Martinez. "Any faster and we risk catastrophic system failures." "Admiral," the communications officer called out, "we're receiving transmissions from across the galaxy. Other species are offering to help, but what? They can't get here in time. The fastest non-human ships would take 48 hours to reach us, even at maximum speed through safe space routes." Admiral Hassan stared at the tactical display showing the approaching rogue planet. Its gravitational field was already beginning to disturb the outer edge of the Serenka system, pulling asteroids and debris into chaotic new orbits. "What about diverting it?" asked Captain Williams. Dr. Sarah Kim, the fleet's chief physicist, shook her head. "The mass is too great. We'd need the combined output of every fusion reactor in the human fleet just to nudge it slightly off course, and even then, the gravitational disruption would still tear the system apart." A new voice cut through the discussion as Captain Elena Vasquez's image appeared on the communication screen. "Admiral, we might have another option. It's insane, but it might work." "I'm listening, Captain." "We use the rogue planet's gravity well to our advantage. Instead of fighting it, we ride it. Slingshot the remaining population off-world using the planet's gravitational pull to accelerate our ships beyond normal safe speeds." The command center erupted in concerned murmurs. Dr. Kim was the first to voice the obvious problem. "Captain, the gravitational forces involved would crush any known ship design. The acceleration would liquefy organic matter." "Any known galactic ship design," Vasquez corrected. "But our ships weren't designed for the galaxy. They were designed for Earth." Admiral Hassan began to understand. "You're suggesting we use our inertial dampening systems at maximum capacity." "Beyond maximum capacity. We push our gravity manipulation technology past its design limits. Our ships were built to handle Earth's gravity, Jupiter's gravity wells, and the stress of accelerating to near-light speed. If any vessels in the galaxy can survive a gravitational slingshot of this magnitude, it's ours." Dr. Kim ran rapid calculations on her portable computer. "Even with our systems, the G-forces would be extreme. We're talking about accelerations that would kill most galactic species instantly." "But not humans," Admiral Hassan said quietly. "Probably not humans," Dr. Kim corrected. "We evolved in Earth's heavy gravity, and our bodies can withstand much higher G-forces than other species. Combined with our medical technology and our ship's internal gravity control, we might survive." Captain Vasquez's expression was grim. "Admiral, I won't lie to you. This is the most dangerous operation any human fleet has ever attempted. We could lose ships, we could lose lives. But if we don't try, we lose everything." Admiral Hassan looked around the command center at her crew. She saw determination, fear, and resolve in equal measure. These were humans who had volunteered to fly into a radiation-soaked system that most aliens considered a death trap, all to save a species they had never met. "How long to prepare the fleet for this maneuver?" 6 hours to reconfigure our gravity systems and load the remaining population, Vasquez replied. The timing has to be perfect. We get one shot at this. Do it. The next 6 hours became a testament to human adaptability under pressure. Engineering teams worked frantically to modify their ship's inertial dampening systems, pushing the technology beyond its design parameters. Medical teams prepared for G-force trauma on a scale never before experienced. Navigation specialists calculated trajectories that would have been considered impossible by galactic standards. On Serenka's surface, the final evacuation became a race against time. Human teams moved with desperate efficiency, loading the last Valerian refugees onto shuttles while the sky above them began to twist with gravitational distortions. The rogue planet's influence was pulling at the atmosphere itself, creating winds and pressure systems that would have grounded any other evacuation effort. Dr. Mitchell called Captain Rodriguez over the communication system. The atmospheric conditions are becoming unstable. Our shuttles can handle it, but how are the Valerians holding up? Dr. Mitchell looked around at the Valerian families boarding the last transport. Despite the chaos around them, they moved with calm trust in their human rescuers. They're tougher than they look, Captain. Fear makes you strong, and they know these humans are their only hope. Ambassador Zexhai was among the last to board, refusing to leave until every other Valerian was safely aboard the human ships. As she stepped onto the shuttle, she turned to Dr. Mitchell. Dr. Mitchell, I must know. Why are you risking your lives for us? Your species could have evacuated safely hours ago. Dr. Mitchell secured her safety harness as the shuttle prepared for what might be its final launch. Ambassador, there's something you need to understand about humans. We don't abandon people, ever. It's not in our nature. Even when it means risking your own extinction? Especially then. In space above Serenka, the human fleet had reformed into a configuration unlike anything seen in galactic history. 96 massive transport ships loaded far beyond safe capacity, arranged in a precise formation designed to use the rogue planet's gravitational field to accelerate them to escape velocity. All ships report ready, announced Captain Williams from the Terra's Hammer. Fleet configuration is optimal. Gravity calculations are locked in. Admiral Hassan opened a fleet-wide communication channel. All ships, this is Admiral Hassan. What we're about to attempt has never been tried by any species in galactic history. We're going to use forces that would destroy most ships and kill most crews. But we're not most crews. We're humans. We're survivors. And we have 600,000 souls depending on us to get this right. She paused, looking at the tactical display showing the massive rogue planet bearing down on them. All ships, engage maximum inertial dampening. Medical teams, prepare for extreme G-force protocols. Engineering, push our systems past red line and keep them running. Navigation, execute on my mark. The rogue planet's gravitational field began to grip the human fleet, pulling them inexorably toward its crushing mass. What should have been a death sentence became a carefully orchestrated ballet of physics and engineering. Mark! The human ships dove toward the rogue planet, their hulls groaning under gravitational forces that would have torn apart any other vessels in the galaxy. Inside the ships, humans gritted their teeth against G-forces that peaked at 27 times Earth gravity, levels that would have instantly killed any other known species. Valerian passengers, cushioned by human gravity manipulation technology and medical systems, experienced the maneuver as merely uncomfortable pressure. They watched in awe as their human rescuers endured punishment that seemed impossible for biological creatures to survive. Hull stress at 150% of maximum, reported Engineering Chief Santos through gritted teeth. But she's holding together. Velocity increasing exponentially, called out Navigation Officer Chen, blood trickling from her nose but her hands steady on the controls. We're approaching escape velocity. The fleet whipped around the rogue planet in a gravitational slingshot that accelerated them to nearly 10% of light speed, far faster than any galactic ship had ever traveled in real space. The planet's immense gravity well acted like a cosmic catapult, hurling the human ships and their precious cargo toward safety. "Fleet status report," Admiral Hassan commanded as they cleared the planet's immediate influence. "All ships reporting successful maneuver completion," Captain Williams announced, his voice filled with amazement. "No ship losses, minimal casualties, all refugees secure." Behind them, the rogue planet continued its destructive path toward Serenka. The dying star's gravity began to interact catastrophically with the intruder, creating a cosmic fireworks display that would be visible across several star systems. "Admiral," Dr. Kim reported from her sensor station, "the gravitational interaction between the rogue planet and the dying star is creating a controlled stellar explosion. It's actually stabilizing the star's collapse and creating a new binary system." "You mean?" "Serenka will survive, Admiral. In a few million years, when the rogue planet settles into orbit, it might even be habitable again." A cheer went up throughout the human fleet, echoed by the Valerian passengers as the news spread. They had not only saved an entire species, they had preserved the possibility of their eventual return home. 3 days later, the human fleet arrived at New Viridian, a garden world in the peaceful outer spiral that had been designated as the new Valerian colony. As the human ship settled into orbit around the beautiful blue-green planet, Ambassador HFY requested a final meeting with Admiral Hassan. "Admiral Hassan," she said as her hologram appeared on the command bridge, "on behalf of the Valerian Collective, I must thank you for what your species has done. You have saved our entire civilization." "You're welcome, Ambassador. We're just glad we could help." "But I must ask, why haven't we heard of humans before? A species capable of such incredible feats should be well known throughout the galaxy." Admiral Hassan exchanged glances with her staff. "Ambassador, we've been monitoring galactic communications for decades, but we've never announced our presence. We weren't sure how the galaxy would react to us." "What do you mean?" Dr. Kim stepped forward. "Ambassador, we've learned that most galactic species evolved on what you call garden worlds, planets with gentle climates, peaceful environments, and stable conditions. Earth is very different. According to galactic classification systems, our world is a Class 9 death world." HFY's eyes widened with understanding. "The most hostile classification in existence. That explains so much. Your radiation tolerance, your gravity resistance, your ship designs, your determination." "We are Deathworlders," Admiral Hassan confirmed. "We evolved in conditions that would kill most galactic species. But that evolution gave us something unique, the ability to survive anything the universe throws at us, and the drive to help others do the same." As the human fleet prepared to return to Earth, leaving behind engineering teams to help establish the Valerian colony, word of the rescue spread throughout the galaxy. The impossible had happened. An entire species had been saved from extinction by mysterious newcomers who had emerged from the most dangerous regions of space. On the galactic communication networks, a new legend was born. The legend of the Deathworlders who answered the call when aliens cried for help, who traveled through radiation storms and gravity wells that would destroy any other ships, who risked their own lives to save strangers. The galaxy would never be the same. Somewhere in the cosmic dark, on a small blue planet that most species considered uninhabitable, humanity had announced its presence not with conquest or demands, but with compassion and courage. And across the stars, any species facing the impossible would remember one simple truth. When all hope seemed lost, the Deathworlders would answer the call.